What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, we got a good one today. T.W. Price Designs the Dawn. What a nice knife. The number one thing that stood out to me with this knife was the action. And it's an action like I've never felt. I don't care about the front flipper. I'm not a front flipper guy. Most of the ones I get, they're hard to front flip anyway. This one is not. And the reason is because this detent on this knife is absolutely perfect. We talk a lot about detent. You know, some reviewers just despise light detent. Some despise heavy detent. I don't like heavy detent. But this knife, you can shake it and it ain't coming out, right? But when you open it, there's no resistance. It's almost like a magnet is holding it. It just lets go. There's no popping. It's just so easy to spidey flick. I'm terrible at spidey flicking. And this thing just pops right out. I would dare to say this is probably the best action that I've felt on a production knife. It is unbelievable. And I do not like front flipper knives. For the main reason is because most of them are hard to front flip. You got to put a lot of leverage on there, and it just doesn't make sense to me. This knife is super easy. The detent is just tuned perfectly. My favorite way to open a knife is just to thumb roll it out like that. I mean, you can thumb flick this knife. It's just, the action is superb. Now, let's move to the rest of it. The M390 blade, but this one, I bought this one on a secondary. It's got a few little scratches in it, but yeah, it's a knife. What you gonna do? The grind lines are going this way, which is beautiful, right? It looks phenomenal. The problem with that is most of the time you're cutting this way, so all the scratches you do get in the blade are all going to stand out really bad. If you put your satin lines this way, the scratches you get a lot of times will just blend in, so you never see them. There's none on this side. And M390 doesn't scratch really very easily, but it will scratch being used over time. Excuse me. This fuller is perfect. It's not too sharp, but yet there is a little ledge there where your finger will bite it, where you can thumb flick it out. It'll catch your finger every single time. It's just enough of a bite to make it really nice. It's kind of a blasted finish on the inside with the maker's signature. This young man, I believe, is 21 years old that designed this knife, and he did a phenomenal job. At this price point, I would like to see a backspacer on this knife. But, you know, it does add a little bit of weight, and this knife has really good weight to it. Super light. That pocket clip is perfect. Very nice pocket clip. Slides right over the pants, but yet it's still a milled pocket clip. It looks very nice. It's got a nice ramp to it. The anodizing around the pivot is just beautiful. I love that color anodization. That purple, violet. Very nice. And of course, you know, this kind of goes without saying, the centering is dead on the money. That action, it just feels so good. It's so clickety. Everything is just perfect. The texturing on the outside feels really good. It's just enough to give you some grip, but definitely not aggressive. Just a little bit of jimping there to give you some control. Love that blade shape. It's a plain blade shape, but I love it. And it looks very nice. Very well done. There's extensive milling on the inside for weight. Let's check the weight on it. Trusty rusty scale out here. .1 ounces. Phenomenal. Let's check some other measurements. We got right at 3 1/4 on the blade, 4 1/4 on the handle scales. That's a pretty standard measurement for a good sized pocket knife. Let's look at it up against the Benchmade grip. You can see the grip just swallows this thing. This is a really nice, elegant knife that you could wear anywhere. Let's look at it up against the Asher Spiro, one of my other favorite knives. Home run of a knife. And one more. QSP Penguin in Mokatai. This fella just did a phenomenal job. It's running on bearings. I love to get a knife and there's something immediately that stands out to me to be exceptional. The looks of it, I've seen the looks in pictures and videos and I knew what it was going to look like, but you can't tell what it's going to feel like. And when you feel this detent, just look at it when you pull it out. There's no resistance. There's no pop. See what it looks like when you close it. It sucks it in pretty nicely. But when you go to suck it out, there's no detent break. It's just smooth as butter. There's just slight resistance there. Drop shut. Very nice. No double clutch. I am just very impressed. Very good job. Especially for the price point. This kid nailed it. Good job. TW Price Designs Dawn. Blade steel is M390, 6AL4V titanium, milled pocket clip, ceramic bearings, over travel stop, lock bar stabilizer. Great stuff. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.